New seekers and chelas alike. But a quick point to the new seekers, check out the MasterPath before you sign on a dotted line or accept the master. You can use your heart, how you feel, but check it out. See if the principles resonate with you. And you say, principles. What are you talking about? Isn't this just about God and wanting to get back to God and accepting God? Well, it goes quite a bit deeper than that. It's really not about God. It's about you. The religions have tricked you. And they want you to hold God up here and put yourself down here. Now, it's just the opposite way around. God basically said himself, I created mankind in my own image. So what are we to take from that? You mean God looks like this? I'll be a son of a God. He has a human body. Is that what God means by he created mankind in his own image? What did he mean? Does he mean that mankind's the top of creation in the physical world, which mankind is? The highest creature in this world, in which liberation and salvation can be pursued. You can't pursue it in the animal state, the vegetable state, only in the human state. Is that what he meant? That man's the top of the creation? No, what is meant by God created humankind, mankind, man, women, use any word you want. I'm not into the PC stuff. The image of God is our own soul, our Atma Sarup, the divine spark within us called the soul, the part that never dies, the part that's always been alive, the immortal spark, the divinity within us. This is what he created in our own image. And that's what spirituality is about. It's not about getting closer to God. God is too far out at this time. It's about finding out what God gave us and the image he created us in, which mimics his. It's about discovering that. That's spirituality. Talking to God, meeting God, shaking hands with God doesn't really exist. God already gave us everything that he has by creating us in his own image. Now, in metaphysical or philosophical terms, that's called the microcosm of the macro. That's one of the first things a seeker learns on the path, as well as chelas who take their time, is that the whole kingdom of God, what we would call the outer universe and all the way to the Big Bang and beyond into the astral worlds, and that's this thing right here. Here's all the planes right here. Now, these are big. These are big. This we would call the macrocosm. Okay. Now, the microcosm you could call basically all of these bodies, all of the planes are within us in miniature scale. That's called the micro. The way the Lord set up the creation was he let each one of us be a microcosm. That's the image he created the soul in. He gave the soul a carbon copy of all the worlds in the outside dimension. That's the macrocosm. All of those are just big, just so vast, eternity, infinity, don't even scratch the surface in trying to determine how big is the macro. Well, it's big. It's really big. And And the darndest thing is it keeps on expanding. Even our universe is continually expanding, and they're scared that light's going to catch up with it. Anyway, it is so big, and this whole infinite system is just compacted into what we call the microcosm. And that's what each human being in this room and everyone in the world at large has within them. It's called a microcosm. And so the whole aspect of spirituality, dear ones, is to move through your own microcosm and gain your liberty and your salvation. It's not about meeting God. God's way up in here. It's about first finding out that you are divine yourself. Now, the churches and the philosophies and the metaphysical systems and the occults of the world basically don't say that you're divine. There's a few that do. But they say, no, God is divine, this magnanimous, benevolent figure, this deity. That's what's divine. Well, in the light and sound teaching on MasterPath and the light and sound doctrines around the world, they just say, well, that's fine for the unenlightened, and don't judge them, they need it. But when you're really serious about spirituality, everything just gets flipped like a pancake. And the whole issue of spirituality is not about making or recognizing that God is divine. Do you think that's going to change him? He doesn't need our consent. He doesn't need us to tell him, God, you're really divine. He doesn't need to hear that. It already is divine, you see. So religion, philosophy, occult, metaphysical systems want you to get on your knees and worship some divine figure in the outside world. And the doctrine of light and sound, which MasterPath is comprised of, says, no, it's about seeing your own divinity. And this is why the path of light and sound deals with self and God realization. We're not talking about God. We're talking about our own divinity, what God gave us. And that comes first. That predicates any further grandeur in our spiritual journey, finding out who and what we are ourselves. And that's why the two goals of MasterPath or light and sound are self and God realization. And this is going to take up all of our energy for a time period to come. It's really a feat. And just to get to self-realization and realize you're not the body, you're not your karma, you're not your children, you're not your family, you're not your emotions, you're not your intellect, you're not your reasoning faculty, you're not your intuition. Just to realize you're none of those things. These are all little techniques, little tools that assist and help you live in the world at large. None of those are really who you are. You're the soul. The soul's the only one that's going to go on, you see? So this is what the MasterPath deals with first and foremost. We are divine. We are immortal. It's so staggering. It is so impressive that once you get on the path, you're basically blown out for the rest of your life. You're awestruck. You're dumbfounded. And it just gets better and better and better. It's like being awakened from a sound sleep. It's glorious. And when you start to see what the Lord has given us as a divine being, you won't be able to grasp it or contain it. You'll take some while to build up your capacity, but you will steadily inculcate the ability to take on more and more energy. And as you do, it will completely transform you, eventually redeem you, and ultimately deliver you to self and God realization. It's utterly inexpressible, inexplicable. You can't write it. You can't talk about it. It's too profound. There's no words to describe it. It must be experienced.